Hello and welcome to another CSS crash course video. In this crash course video we're going to be looking at grouping and nesting. So what is grouping and nesting? For starters, when we have applied some styling in our CSS file or in some style tags, for example, we've always done it in sort of a linear fashion. We've always done, let's say, a bit of styling here and then done something like div here, then we would do something like span here. And we looked at classes and IDs in the previous video, so we would do something like hash, unique, whatever it is called, ignore the name information, blah blah blah. So it's quite linear. But you might have, let's say, 3 different classes or 3 different IDs or classes and IDs or elements that you want to apply the same style into, but they have different names. And they might have different names because perhaps they have their own unique styling as well, which you can just do that, and I'll show you that in a second. And maybe they have, let's say, unique IDs because you want to refer to them all classes later on in some sort of dynamic language like JavaScript or some framework like jQuery, or in some sort of backend framework using some sort of form system like PHP. So what we're going to do is create a few divs on our front-end HTML page. So we're going to do div id equals hello, and now in here we're going to put the text of hello1. Let's just duplicate this, duplicate it again, then duplicate it again, and now for this we're going to put hello2. We're going to rename this, I'll leave that as it is, I'll just leave it as hello, put it as hello3, change the text inside, and you know what, I'm just going to delete this for now because we'll need it for nesting, but we'll just leave that out of the way for now. I'm going to put another tag, I'm going to put a p tag, and I'll say no CSS, save that, refresh, and this is the result we get. Hello, hello1, hello2, hello3, and then no CSS, and there's a little gap because P tags already have their own styling applied to them. So in the index.css file, we're going to put hash hello, and in here we're going to change the font size. So font size colon, I'm going to put 4em, and I'm going to duplicate this. Duplicate for hello2, hello3, save that, refresh. And as you can see, all of these divs have the same font size, but we're repeating code. A way to alleviate this problem is get rid of that, put hash. You want to put comma first. You want to make sure you put that. That's the way you distinguish between different IDs, because if you don't, this actually means something different, and we'll be covering that in a later video, so don't worry, we won't be missing that out, but it just does mean something different. So you put comma, hash hello2, comma, hash hello3, save that, and as you can see, the result is unchanged, which is fantastic. Again, you only want to do this sort of grouping if you know that, let's say, all of these IDs or classes or elements or whatever they are going to have the same font size. Maybe you want them to all have the same font size, and if one changed, you wanted them all to change. So if you wanted to keep consistency throughout your website, so that's one example. So that's a way of doing it. And then, like I was saying, what you could do is maybe I wanted hello2 to have a color of yellow. You could do that by just doing hash hello2 like so. If I refresh, it's got the color of yellow. They've all got the font size for EM, but only hello2 has a color of yellow. What we're going to do is just do P. I'm going to put some text dash decoration. We're going to put line through, save that, refresh, and you might think, why have we done that? The reason is we're going to be getting onto nesting now. So let's go onto here. Let's do div class of, this could be an ID, it could be a class, however you want, or you could refer to the actual element itself. That's usually the case in CSS. If you can do it on ID, you could do it on a class, you could do it on an element, whatever. It's all interchangeable. Just make sure obviously you put dot for class, hash for ID, and you put nothing for the actual element name itself. So put parent, save that. So here I'm going to put P. I'm going to put nested inside here, so save that, refresh. So as you can see, this is nested inside of this div tag, and this P tag has also had this text decoration line through applied to it. But maybe I want all of the P tags within a div that has a class of parent to have the font color red, and that sounds like a bit of a mouthful, and this will be very common, these sort of scenarios, when you're doing web development. So you'll have to make sure you get to grips with it, but it's not that as hard as you think. So first of all, you want to put the parent name, and the parent name is this particular element here. So we're going to refer to the actual class itself, but you could refer to it as div if you wanted to. So I'm just going to put dot parent, then you put space. You don't want to put a comma, then you put P, because remember, like I was saying, comma and no space, a comma and space, they both mean something different. So if you put dot parent space P, enter, and in here you put color red, save that. What that means is every P tag within a tag that has a class of dot parent, apply the color red to it. Refresh, and as you can see, this has the color red applied to it, but this particular P tag, which wasn't nested within a element that had the class parent, did not have the color applied to it. So that's it for grouping and nesting. If you have any questions, feel free to post them on my education platform, sonarlearning.co.uk. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, or just do the usual things. Let me know. That will be fantastic. There will be a link to all the source code from this series, so feel free to check that out. And as usual, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.